Okay, so here we are. We're going to begin sewing the pillow closed. And the first step is to put the good sides of the fabric facing each other. So we want to put the side that has the bright pattern on it. You can see this is the bad side, this is the good side. We're going to face them together. So line them all up. And you just want to make sure that the bright patterns on the inside, and flip it over and just double check that your dull patterns on the outside. I'm just going to make sure the corners are matched up. Mine is just a little bit not matched up. And then we're going to put a clip on all four corners just to hold these together. The whole reason of putting the clips on is just so while you're sewing, nothing wiggles out of position. Sometimes you can end up getting all the way around your pillow and find out that it doesn't match up anymore because you wiggled it while you were sewing. And then you're going to put a clip in the middle of each side too. So we just have one clip in the middle of each side. And that will just secure everything just fine. So now I'm going to just grab out a needle out of my needle book and thread up some thread. This is going to be your regular thread, the spool of thread that I gave you, not embroidery thread, but normal sewing thread. In case you forgot, this little part at the bottom of your spool that has the little teeth holds the cut end of your thread. So next time you need to use your thread, your cut end is right there waiting for you. And now I'm going to just thread up my needle. Okay, so I've got my needle threaded up with a pretty long piece of thread. I'm just going to double my thread and then knot it at the end as usual. Just remember, wrap it around a couple times here and then roll it off your finger to make that knot, and then cinch it tight, and I've got a little knot. All right, so now I'm just going to sew all the way around this pillow, all the way around, except I'm going to stop and leave about this much knot sewn. When I get there, I'm going to turn this pillow inside out, and then I'm going to stuff it through this hole that I left open. So let me just begin. And for a pillow or anything that is going to need to withstand a lot of pressure, like a pillow, but when you sit on it or rest against it, you're going to be pushing against it a lot. You just want to make sure that your stitches are relatively small. You don't want big wide stitches because the smaller the stitch, the stronger it is. So if you can see on mine, I'm making my stitches about that long. And I'm not going to do a back stitch or anything. I'm just going to do a regular straight stitch all the way across the pillow. That should be good enough. If this happens to you where you get a little knot as you're pulling your thread through, usually what happens is that means that one side of your doubled up thread has traveled through the fabric faster. And you can see right here, this one's a little loose and that one is tight. So you just have to pull on your threads to even them up again, and that should fix everything. Another little problem that you might run into is when you're sewing, you might pull your stitches too tight. And if you do that, you'll start to see your fabric is puckering up like that. Even if you have a lot of stitches here, you can still grab at each end and pull your fabric, and it'll straighten out those stitches and put your fabric flat again. Okay, so I'm not going to show this whole thing, but I'm going to show you just the first few stitches on my end. And see, again, I got a pucker, so I'm just going to pull it straight. One thing that can help it when you're sewing is to sort of hold the fabric taut, and I use two fingers holding it together and my thumb and another finger here. And it kind of acts like our embroidery hoop acted when we were embroidering, which is just to hold the fabric nice and taut so it's easy to get your stitches in and out. And it is a lot easier when your fabric is held like this while you're sewing. And see, I'm getting a little knot right here. So see, I got a little knot in there. So I'm just gonna pull that knot loose and then continue to pull my thread all the way through. So if you start to get a knot, just stop right when it starts happening. It's a lot easier to undo it at that stage than pulling it tighter and tighter, and then it becomes really tricky to get loose. So same thing again, I just got another little knot here as I started to pull through. So I'm gonna do the same thing, just pull this loose thread back until it's all smooth again, and then pull it back through. All right, so again, here we go. And I forgot to mention that as you get to the clips, just take the clips out. They don't have to stay in. So I removed this one because it was in the way of where I was sewing. And this one's gonna stay here until I get to that clip, and then I'll remove that clip. So I just wanted to show another little tip about when you're sewing something that's long and straight like this. A little thing that can help speed you along is to make your stitches with your needle, but don't pull the thread through. So for example, I'm just gonna put my needle into the fabric, and then instead of going all the way through, I'm gonna come right back out, and then I'm gonna go right in and right out again. So you can see I just went in and out of the fabric 1, 2, 3, 4 times here. And when I pull the needle straight through now, it's gonna make a stitch in all those places. So see how I'm just pulling the thread through now behind the needle? And I made 1, 2, and I'm almost on I'm on a 3rd stitch just like that. So that's a little quicker way to sew a long straight stitch. So see, I'm not pulling the thread through all the way. I'm just getting the needle in the position that I want all those stitches to be in, and then I'm gonna pull it through. And as I pull it through, you'll see I got 3 more stitches out of that. So that is another way. So I'm removing this clip since it's in my way. When you get to the edge, you just turn around the corner. There's no fancy anything required to do that. Just go around your corner. And here we go. Going all the way around. Zoop. There we go. And now I'm ready to turn. And I'm keeping like a half a finger space away from the edge of the fabric. If you get too close to the edge of the fabric, you can have problems with the edge of the fabric fraying and your stitches dropping out. So just keep a little bit of distance between the edge of the fabric and your stitches. And usually you want to kind of keep that distance the same as you go around. It's not a big deal if your line is wiggly, but it's neater finish at the end if you try to keep it kind of straight. All right. Okay, so now I'm getting my first piece of thread, made it all the way around 2 sides, and I'm just starting on the 3rd side, but now I don't have very much string left or thread left. You can see it's just a few times longer than my needle. I could probably sew a little bit longer, but I'm gonna end it right here. So I'm just gonna do my last stitch here. It does not matter which side of the fabric you make the knot, because all of this is going to be inside your pillow. So either side you put the knot, it will be invisible, because later we're going to turn it inside out. So to make your knot, just remember, go pick up one of your stitches, your last stitch that you made, make a little loop with the thread, and then pull your needle through the thread. I'm going to do that twice, so I get a double knot. So there's my second one. Go right through the loop, make a knot, pull it tight, and now this thread is safe to cut, and I won't lose, my stitches won't fall out. There we go. And now I need to thread another needle and continue. So I have to still sew all the way down here, and then halfway across here. Here's the part that I'm going to leave open right at the end. Alrighty, so I'm reaching the end of the area that I need to sew, and I'm stopping with this portion right here still open. So I just need to tie off my thread, make a knot here. Uh-oh, it's making a knot on its own. Just gonna untangle this. All right, flip it over, knot it up. And remember, if you have like an ugly mess, like for example, right here, I have this random little loop that doesn't seem to want to go through. Don't worry about it too much, because remember, everything that you're stitching right now is going to be invisible, because it will be on the inside of the pillow. So no one's going to see any of these little boo-boos. All right, so I'm going to make my knot, and usually I don't have this much thread when I make my knot, but this wasn't too many stitches from the last time I refilled my needle, so I have a long piece of thread here to knot. And the same as usual, I'm just going underneath a stitch I already made, making a loop with my thread, and then going through that loop with my needle to tie my knot. I did it twice, and now I'm going to just cut off the extra thread. Now it's time to turn the pillow inside out, and we're going to do that with the little hole that we left. Now, as you're doing this, be careful. You don't want to put too much pressure on this hole because all it's being held by is the little stitches that you put on each side. So try to be gentle and turn it inside out. A little shaking, a little wiggling helps. And presto, I've got an inside out pillow. Now, I'm gonna put my hand in here and I'm gonna use my fingers to poke all the way up into each corner. That way you get a nice corner on your pillow. Otherwise you'll get kind of this rounded pillow look, and it won't be as neat when you stuff it. So I'm just poking my fingers in there to get more of a pointy corner. And of course there's just 3 corners to do this too, because the 4th corner is this open corner. It's not sewed shut yet. So this is the opening right here. Okay, so I'm just going to get my stuffing and start stuffing. If you're using lavender, you'll have your lavender and your stuffers together. I have mine separate because I didn't mix them in the bag. So I'm just putting my lavender in first. You can put your stuffing in all at the same time as your lavender because they're already mixed together. And then I'm just gonna start stuffing and get the stuffing ready. All right, so I'm just gonna take a little ball of it because you don't wanna try to shove too much through here at once, and just pop it in. And I like to push my first stuffing to the far corners so that when I'm stuffing new stuffing in, it's going into the empty places that are closest to the opening. So see, I've stuffed some in this corner and I've stuffed some in this corner. And oh, we've got a kitty visitor. Excuse me, kitty. And I'm just gonna keep going till my pillow's nice and plump. So now I'm putting it in and I'm pushing it all the way over to this corner. And I'm even using my finger to just push inside this corner to make sure that there's fluff all the way into the corner. And a couple more stuff. So that one just went into the center of the pillow, and this will be coming right next to the opening. And that is it. The pillow is stuffed. So now it's time to close the pillow. Well, first, let me thread my needle. So let's get the needle going again. And I actually had so much thread left from my last pass that I don't even have to thread my needle again. I can just re-knot the end of this and keep using the thread that's already on my needle. So there's the knot going in right now. I'm gonna twist it up, slide it off. There's my little knot. All right, so for this, it probably is gonna be easiest if you clip it so that as you sew, everything's already in position. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm folding the edge of the fabric into the pillow. I'm doing it on both sides, and then I'm letting the sides meet up. And I'm gonna just start clipping those together. So see that the end of the fabric is pushed inside the pillow, okay? Just a little bit, the same amount, in fact, as the stitches, the distance that we had from our stitches. So it should all kind of line up in the end. See, I'm just pushing the tiniest little bit of fabric back into the hole. And then the only thing that's gonna show on the outside is the nice edge of the fabric where it's folded over on both sides. And for this, I'm gonna use a lot of clips because this is going to be tricky to hold in place while I sew. So I'm gonna put 4 clips on this tiny little space, okay? So there we go. I've got my 4 clips in place. It's holding it closed. And the raw edges of the fabric are folded inside the pillow. And now we just see the nice edge here. And I'm gonna do just like we did, remember when we sewed the ribbons on our needle book, the way that we hid the end, the knot, so that you don't see it? I'm gonna do the same thing with here by putting my needle inside, in between those 2 pieces of fabric, and pulling it through on, and see my knot is right there. I'm just gonna use my finger or my needle to push that knot. So it definitely is going in between. It's gonna literally be inside the pillow. There we go. And then I'm gonna start sewing my pillow closed. Now I'm gonna use a little bit of a different stitch than we used before. You can definitely use the same up and down straight stitch that we did before. I'm actually gonna use something called a whip stitch, which means I'm gonna sew in a circle around and around and around. So see how I just stuck my needle through here and pulled it? What you're gonna be surprised to see is this thread is gonna go around the outside of your pillow. This stitch is like this is a hard stitch to hide doing it this way. So I usually just try to do this type of stitch that keeps it really neat. It also makes it obvious like where your pillow is closed, so that later, like let's say you needed to wash this pillow, you could actually just unstitch this part and just cut it open and clean your pillow and then sew it back closed. That's what I do. I don't like zippers on my pillows, so I just sew my pillows closed, and if I need to wash them, I unsew the end. So see how I'm just making my thread go around and around the edge of the fabric. This is called a whip stitch. It is just going around and around. So it is going to be visible, but just a little bit. And as I get to my clips, I'm just moving them away. And if I pull too tight, I'm just pulling the fabric back to make it flat again so it doesn't get puckered. It's okay if it's puckered, but I would like mine to be smooth. So I'm just pulling it smooth. See what's happening? It's getting caught around the edge of my pillow. I just have to push it back around before I finish pulling it tight. And you can see I'm not doing the neatest little stitches. They're kind of sloppy. They're going right around the edge, and it's covering the opening pretty quickly. Same thing, it's getting caught. Just let it loop around. I'm gonna switch my stitch right now just in case this one's too tricky for you. I'm gonna show you just how to do the regular way. So just pushing it all the way through, not using the whip stitch. This is just a straight stitch, the same stitch that you use to close it. You can also, oops, got a little knot there. Got a little tangle, hold on a sec. Well, let's loosen that up. All right. So this is the way to do it. You can just do a plain old up and down stitch just like we did before. And notice this one doesn't go around the edge of the fabric. It just goes up and down just like our other stitches. Looks a little bit different. You can see, let me get a few more stitches in here so you can get a good comparison when I show you up close between using a straight stitch or a whip stitch to close it. Oops. Because I'm sewing really close to the edge of the pillow, I'm definitely going through all the layers of this fabric edge, how we folded the raw edge onto the inside. I'm definitely sewing through the folded in edge too. So let me show you up close. Here's the area where it was whip stitched, and you can see the stitches going around the edge. Here is the part where I'm straight stitching, and you can see no stitches are going around the edge there. So you can choose either one of these ways to sew yours. I'm gonna actually switch back to the whip stitch because I like how fast that one is. And I am just gonna finish off my pillow right now with my last few little stitches. So there's just a few more until I get to the end. And let's see, I think there's room for like one more stitch here. All right, so now I'm at the very end and it's time to make my knot. Now I can do the same thing that we used when we did the ribbon on our needle books, where I'm kind of opening up the inside of this fabric a little bit. I'm gonna take a stitch inside between the fabric. So it's like a hidden secret stitch, and then I'm making my knot on that. And I'll show you in a second. It's going to be pretty well hidden when our knot is made. So here we go. If your knot is visible, it's not the end of the world. I just try to hide it in there a little bit. All right, so mine ended up pretty hidden. Now I'm just cutting that thread, and you can see right here, it's pretty, I wouldn't say exactly invisible, but it's pretty good. And here's my little finished pillow. Good fluffing. It's looking really good. It's smelling really good too. So there is my fabulous finished pillow. Remember, if you have any trouble with your sewing on this project or any future projects even, feel free to just bring it to school and show me what you're struggling with, and I'll help you sort it out. Alrighty guys, thanks a million. Take care. Bye-bye.